All right, guys, I am recording a little bit of what happened today only because I lost connectivity, like my internet just kind of like stopped working. So I'm recording this one for my second hour that had a little bit of a shaky introduction, a shaky first day. And I'm recording this just in case something happens later where I don't know, the internet kind of crashes. So right now I'm on my second hour's Teams page. And today, all that we did was I explained this Poly. Every Teams page should see something that looks like this. It's a polling app that kind of just pops up, right? And there's a question, like today's question is, if you had to choose, would you rather live in a hot or cold environment, or cold or hot environment, climate? And I'd like you to answer this question for attendance. So what I did last semester is I would just put, were you able to access today's materials? Yes or no, right? And that's how I would take attendance. I thought this year I would do something similar, but with like kind of fun questions. Some of them are clever, some of them are funny, some of them are pretty simple and straightforward like this. So every day you'll have one of those for attendance. That Poly itself closes at 4, so I can take attendance then. So as you can see, people did it, everyone did it, which I'm super happy. Then we had a meeting and like things kind of crashed. So what I went over today was the civics textbook, where to find it. We're not going to use it until later next week. Probably not until like the week of the 31st. But here's the link. It'll ask you for a username and an ID number. Your username is going to be your Morton password, your username and your password. Your username is going to be your Morton email. Your password is going to be your student ID number. I'm all over the place. My brain is like all over the place. Patience. We'll do this. We'll figure it out. So that's one thing we covered. The second thing we covered was something I would like you to complete if you have access to it. Some people are having trouble with it. So I'm going to go to our class notebook up here at the top tab, and it'll open up. It might take a minute. And you can open it in the app or browser, whichever one you prefer. I prefer the app. That's how I'm going to open it, right? It opens up, and under your syllabus, I'm going to click on Brittany's, right? You should see this, your name, and then if you click syllabus, there's something called a learning style inventory. Go ahead and just answer the questions. There's only 14 questions. And then what you're going to do at the end is you're going to tally up if there's more V's, A's, or K's. And the one that you get the most of will tell you what kind of learner you tend to be. So this is so that I know if you're more of a visual learner, if you're more like you need to see examples. So I would need to like do more videos for you guys, which is totally okay. If you're more of an auditory learner, right? So you may not need as many notes. You can listen, or you can learn really well just by listening. And then kinesthetic just means that you need to be able to move around and practice, right? That like the lectures don't do a whole lot for you, but that you learn best using your senses with touch and sight and smell. So it helps me kind of understand where you guys are at, where the majority of the class is, so that I know how to teach better for you guys. So you're going to go ahead and do that one, right, on OneNote, just for me to see where you're at. That's the first thing we did in OneNote. OneNote was kind of crashing throughout this process. So if you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, there's no way, I don't see it, that's fine. Be patient with it. We'll try again another day. And then finally up here, there's this assignment. So I'm going to go to the assignments tab. And you'll see something called Padlet timeline due Friday, August 28th at 11:59. It should not take you that long to do it. But I'm giving you that time because we don't know what's going to happen, right, with technology.